Yeah, we're back. Colfax Vikings here to play. With our hearts on fire, we'll light up the day.
NLWN 2 presents Viking Preview with a look at today's Colfax Viking football game.
We're the Vikings. Let's stand and cheer. Victory on the field. Our time is finally here.
And now, Viking Preview.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Preview. Rick Olson here in the NLWN 2 studio, and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax High School football. As tonight the 0-7 Vikings, who are 0-5 in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, are preparing to take on the undefeated Boyceville Bulldogs in a Dunn St. Croix Conference matchup. Now the Vikings would like nothing more than to pull off what could be the biggest upset of the season, while the Bulldogs want to stay tuned for the WIAA playoffs with a perfect record. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Preview, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Boyceville Bulldogs. Then we'll get Coach Mark Panko's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Boyceville High School. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN 2.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight, the Vikings will try to climb into the winning column for the first time this season by pulling up a huge upset as they take on the unbeaten Boyceville Bulldogs. The Vikings are looking to try to eliminate the big mistakes that cost them in their otherwise strong performance last Friday in a 12-6 loss to the Cameron Comets, while the Bulldogs took care of business in defeating the previously unbeaten in the conference Spring Valley Cardinals 42-7. Now, in last week's loss to the Comets, the Vikings took an early lead on their opening drive of the game, going 77 yards on 11 plays and finding pay dirt on a 25-yard screen pass from Austin Peterson to Jacob Wall.
Peterson from the shotgun throws a short pass out to Wall. Wall to the 20. 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings.
Nicely set up screen pass to Jacob Wall, and he took it down the sideline and into the end zone for 6 points. Unfortunately, that was the end of the Vikings scoring on the night. Again, the Vikings had a tendency to shoot themselves in the foot in the form of 7 second-half penalties and 3 interceptions, which stymied potential scoring drives. The Vikings were led on the ground by Wall, who had 30 carries for 151 yards. I formation again.
Peterson to the deep back. Wall. Wall breaks through, crashes through, dragged down at the 35-yard line for a big first down for Colfax. Ball's on the Cameron 35.
Through the air, the Viking offense went 8 for 21 for 88 yards and a touchdown, but 3 interceptions. Now, leading the Viking receivers was Easton Wedland, who had 4 catches for 53 yards, including catching a double pass for the second week in a row.
Peterson in the pistol. Takes the snap.
Double pass?
Yep. Peterson down the floor, or down the
Wedland
field. Yep, Wedland! Down inside Cameron territory.
The Viking defense once again played strong, keeping the Vikings in the game with good pass coverage.
Guerra takes the snap, rolls to his left, fires long, and it is incomplete.
Really nice play that time by Austin Peterson, getting his hand up in the way, knocking it out of bounds. Even though they couldn't come up with any interceptions, they did force a fumble in Comet territory.
Shimko, pistol, fires it across on the left side. Ball gets loose, and it is picked up by Ethan Schindler. Schindler got it on the first bounce and took off with it.
Then late in the game, the Viking defense gave the Vikings a last chance with a big sack on 4th down.
And a high snap to Shimko, and he's sacked back at the 16-yard line. Going back to get him were Ethan Schindler and Mason Smith.
Now, last week, the Bulldogs took on and defeated the previously unbeaten Spring Valley Cardinals 42-7 to take command in the Dunn St. Croix Conference title race. Now, in last Friday's game with Spring Valley, the Bulldogs were led on the ground by freshman J.B. Middlestead, who rushed for 41 yards on 6 carries. He was followed by senior Zach Hellendrung, who went 38 yards on 9 carries and a touchdown. Sophomore Tucker Lindstrom rushed for 31 yards in 5 carries and a touchdown. Now, through the air, the Bulldogs were led by senior Carson Romehild, who was 6 for 10 for 108 yards and 3 touchdowns. His leading receiver was senior Bradley Mays, who had 3 catches for 74 yards and a touchdown. He was followed by senior Landon Leslie, who scored 2 touchdowns on 2 catches for 27 yards. Thus far on the season, the Bulldogs are being led on the ground by Hellendrung, who has rushed for 357 yards on 56 carries for an average of nearly 6.5 yards per carry with 9 touchdowns. Romehild leads the way through the air, completing 62 passes on 99 attempts for 1,148 yards and 19 touchdowns with no interceptions for a quarterback rating of 223.4. Boyceville's leading receiver has been Leslie with 19 receptions for 281 yards and 4 touchdowns. Defensively, the Bulldogs are being led by Hellendrung, who has 29.5 total tackles, including 10 tackles for loss. He's followed by sophomore Andrew Tan with 28.5 total tackles. Romehild leads the Bulldogs in interceptions with 7. Now, leading the way for the Vikings on the ground is Jacob Wall, who has 290 yards in 126 carries for an average of 2.3 yards per carry. Through the air, Austin Peterson is 46 for 107 for 577 yards and 3 touchdowns with 13 interceptions for a quarterback rating of 73.2. Peterson's leading receiver has been Easton Wedland, who has 9 receptions for 230 yards. He's followed by Cole Parzik, who has 12 catches for 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Parzik leads the way in total tackles with 38.5, while Wall, Peterson, and Schindler follow with 26.5 each. In addition, the Vikings have 5 players with fumble recoveries, with Schindler capturing 2, and 6 have interceptions, with Parzik picking off 2. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Coach Mark Panko at practice a little earlier this week, and we'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's Dunn St. Croix Conference game between the Vikings and the Boyceville Bulldogs. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN 2.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Time now for Coach's Corner, with a look at today's Viking football game from the coach's point of view. Now, Coach's Corner.
Today, again, we're talking with Viking head coach Mark Panko. And, Coach, tonight the Vikings will take on the undefeated Boyceville Bulldogs. But before we talk about that game, let's look back at last week when the Vikings battled hard all the way down to the final few minutes, but dropped the game to the Cameron Comets. Your comments about that game?
Well, that was a fun game to coach. I'm not going to lie. It's when you have a game like that, it makes winning and losing worth the competition. You know, you're supposed to compete. That's why we do this, and that's all you ask of our kids. And our kids competed. They put everything on the line. Unfortunately, like you and I just discussed, we shot ourselves in the foot again, and trying to get make heads or tails of it. And I think that's a lot of our inexperience, our young kids. It's sad, Rick. It's, you know, when you walk off the field and you see these boys, not just one, not just two, but a good two handful of them crying because they did give everything. They tried to be perfect, and in that quest of perfection, we come up short again. It's difficult. We had good plays. We gave things away. 4 interceptions does not help us in any way, shape, or form. But you know, if you look at it, we gave up 2 scores because we had 2 blown coverage plays. Otherwise, our defense did very good again. You know, and we were scoring. So it's flabbergasting. It's frustrating. It's also, though, it's fun to be with these kids. Great set of boys, and I couldn't ask for anything better.
Now, in that game, as you've already mentioned, the Vikings ran into a problem they've been dealing with all season long, and that's shooting themselves in the foot. You had 4 third-quarter penalties that snuffed out promising drives, and 2 more in the fourth quarter that did the same thing. Is that a product of being such a young team?
I think, yes, 100%. It's also a product of kids trying to do more than what they right now are capable of doing. You look at a couple of those. We had one, I do believe it was on a kickoff return, and we got called for a block in the back. Every week we do a drill. We call it swipe, where you get next to him and you get in front of a guy, and you just got to put your arm up in front of him. And the kid was trying to get there. He just was too short on it, and he decided to try, and he wants to do so well, but yet we're not moving our feet fast enough, you know. And then that's both football smarts. That's also, you know, years of experience smarts, and that's where we're coming up with a lot of this. You get kids that care so much and want to do so much and will do anything for the team. It's just sometimes it's not in the proper position.
Now, in spite of all that, Jacob Wall seemed to get back on track. He had 112 yards rushing. Your thoughts about the Viking running game in general last Friday?
The future looks very bright. If Jacob continues to run like that, if our line continues to give him just a slither of a hole, I think Jacob's finally coming into this running back position. He's going to be a force to reckon with. In fact, I really appreciate the Cameron head coach after the game. He pulled Jacob aside and myself aside, and he said, "Wow, kid, you will be talked about at the conference meeting because that was a hell of a display, excuse my language. But they're not in our conference. But other teams in our conference will see how Jacob ran, and it's going to be good that he's going to be recognized like that."
Well, tonight the task does not get easier by any stretch when you take on the Boyceville Bulldogs, who are currently unbeaten in the Dun St. Croix. What can you tell us about the Bulldogs?
They're good. They are an exceptional team. I think right now, just watching them on film, if they stay healthy, yeah, they're a team that's going to be in that probably Final Four, possibly even at the big dance. Their defense is fast and tenacious, and they gang up on you. And they have a very good running back in 26. Both the running backs are very good. 26 is a load. He's 190 pounds of just pure force. And their quarterback, I haven't seen a kid like this in a long time be able to make plays and keep the ball and throw it downfield like he can. I mean, the last kid that I know of that could do that would be, Kaminsky and from Sun Prairie, and now he was. I just noticed he was the offensive player of the week for the North Dakota Bison at quarterback. So that's what you're talking about as far as quality of a kid.
Now, from what I've been able to gather, the Bulldogs, and not taking away from any of their other players, are pretty much the Carson Romehild and Zach Hellendrung show, with Romehild throwing for over 1,100 yards and Hellendrung complementing that with 350 yards rushing. They are a scoring machine. 40 touchdowns on the season so far, 19 through the air, 19 on the ground, 2 by the defense. What's it going to take to stop the Bulldogs?
Well, we're gonna have to come out kind of like Buster Douglas, in the Mike Tyson, and just keep on swinging. We have to shock them quickly, and we have to just continue to swing until our last final breath on this night. It definitely is doable. I mean, look at Penn State UCLA this weekend. Unfortunately, my beloved Penn State lost that, but that was a 40-year streak. And if we just have that mindset that, we can go toe-to-toe with them, we can be physical, and we can maybe squeak out a play here or there. And, maybe the ball will bounce our way.
Well, and that, the boys have shown that all season long in bits and pieces. Yes. They've just not been able to pull it all together in one game. If you can get that little extra effort and get it all pulled together in one game, keep the game close. Who knows what happens in the end?
Exactly. And we just have to remember, we can control our controllables. What happens, happens. And that's our mindset. We want to go into it finally and say, let's not beat ourselves. We've beaten ourselves for 7 games so far. Let's not beat ourselves this week. And if we can do that and we still come up with a win or we come up with a loss, if we cannot beat ourselves this week, it's a win.
Now, it's getting late in the season, and bumps and bruises tend to start piling up about this time of year. How are the Vikings holding up on the injury front?
We had a big injury bug. We got a lot of bumps and bruises. We have a freshman that might not be able to go again, and he's a receiver sub for us. Paulus is pretty beat up after this last week. He should be ready to go.
Something tells me he'd almost have to be on his deathbed not to be ready to go.
That's pretty close, Rick. That's pretty close. He's fighting it, so he's limited action at most until Friday night's game. And we have some other key players that had to play on JV night, and they got a win, which is awesome. It's limited contact. We're nursing, we're putting duct tape, we're putting baler twine on them, whatever we can.
Okay. So, well, thank you, Coach Pankow, for joining us today on Coach's Corner. Good luck in tonight's game, and with that supreme effort, maybe the Vikings can come away with a win.
Did you go to church? Because I did.
Every bit helps.
Yes, sir, right.
Coming up next, more Viking preview.
You have been tuned to Coach's Corner with a look at today's Colfax Viking game from the coach's point of view. Stay tuned. More Viking preview is coming right up.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight we have the Vikings taking on the undefeated Boyceville Bulldogs in a Dunn St. Croix Conference game. Now, taking a quick look around the Dunn St. Croix Conference, last week the conference had a full slate of games. In addition to the Cameron Comets defeating the Vikings 12-6 in their Dunn St. Croix Lakeland Conference crossover game, the Boyceville Bulldogs remained unbeaten by topping the previously unbeaten Spring Valley Cardinals 42-7. It was the Turtle Lake Lakers defeating the Clear Lake Warriors 20-7, while the Glenwood City Hilltoppers got past the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 31-16. Now, going into the 6th week of conference play, the Dunn St. Croix Conference standings are as follows. Leading the way at the top are the Boyceville Bulldogs at 5-0. In a tie for second place at 4-1 are the Spring Valley Cardinals along with the Turtle Lake Lakers. In 4th place are the 2-3 Glenwood City Hilltoppers. The Elmwood Plum City Wolves and the Clear Lake Warriors are tied for 5th at 1-4, and the 0-5 Vikings hold down 7th place. Now tonight, the Dunn St. Croix Conference continues conference play with 4 games, In addition to the Vikings traveling to Boyceville to face the Boyceville Bulldogs, we find the Spring Valley Cardinals hosting the Glenwood City Hilltoppers, while the Elmwood Plum City Wolves will journey to Clear Lake to face the Clear Lake Warriors, and the Turtle Lake Lakers will face the Webster Tigers in Webster in their Dunn St. Croix Lakeland Conference crossover game. Now tonight the Vikings will have a tall task facing the Bulldogs, and on paper this game shouldn't be much of a contest. But fortunately, the game is played on the field, not on paper. Now that said, the Bulldogs are undefeated for a reason. They are that good. Now, for the Vikings to be competitive in tonight's game, they will need to be at the top of their game on every play. They've shown abilities in all facets of the game. They just haven't done them all in the same game. So tonight, they will need to. If they can put all those together, they could find their way to keeping the game within striking distance. And come the end of the game, anything can happen. Now that all adds up to some exciting high school football action. And in just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Boyceville High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you between the Vikings and the Boyceville Bulldogs. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN 2.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Colfax Vikings here to play. With our hearts on fire, we'll light up the day.
You've been watching Viking Preview on NLWN 2 with a look at today's Colfax Viking football game. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking football.
Our team is finally here. When tech goes on the fritz and frustration kicks in, Sladen's technology where you trust he can. From nowhere to backups, we've got what you need. Call us up, we'll plant the seed. Sladen's on the way, your heroes in disguise. For businesses large and small, we're the ultimate prize. 715-864-2833, get the IT help you desire. Call 715-864-2833 today. Yeah, we're the Vikings. Hear us roar. Colfax pride, we're ready to soar.
NLWN 2, in conjunction with Colfax High School, is proud to present Colfax Viking football.
Colfax Vikings will stand tall, fighting for the win. We'll give our all with every tackle, with every play. Bringing the thunder, we'll seize the day.
Join us right here all season long for Colfax Viking football. And now it's out to the stadium for tonight's Colfax Viking football game.
We're the Colfax Vikings, feel the power we bring. Yeah, we're the Vikings, hear us roar. Colfax pride, we're forevermore.
Good evening and welcome to Evenson Field in Boyceville for a Dunn St. Croix matchup between the Dunn St. Croix leading machine, the Boyceville Bulldogs, and the Colfax Vikings. Tonight's Colfax High School football game is brought to you by Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for Western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who have been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical with quality personalized care for you and your family. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. And the Chippewa Valley Museum where you can get in touch with the roots of the valley in Carson Park in Eau Claire. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking football here on NLWN2.
Request your cooperation by supporting the participants.
So both of these teams, well, they're on each end of the Dun St. Croix. When you look
We
at
got the whole conference between us.
Yeah, that's right. It's the whole conference. Boyceville has scored 290 points and have held their opponents to 21, where Colfax has scored 36 and have allowed 196. So this is going to be a tough one for the boys in red, but we will have our national anthem and introduction of the teams. And then we'll get going here on NLWN2.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets crackling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. And now our starting lineups. Beginning with the visiting Vikings from Colfax. They would like to be introduced as a team. Please welcome the Vikings from Colfax. They are coached by Mark Penkow, assisted by Chad Evenson, Hayden Goodman, Luke Parsick, and Rick Hagan. And tonight, on senior night, we introduce our 2025 seniors. Bradley Mays, Landon Leslie, Carson Romehill, Zach Ellendron, Owen Rydell, John Madison, Alex Overmuller, Owen Constey, Jack Kirshner, Owen Duncan, and the rest of your 2025 Boyceville Bulldogs.
Senior recognition night here at Evenson Field. I'm Jay Fall here with Rick Olson, Chris Olson, and Michael Christensen. Glad you joined us tonight. Second to last game in the 2025 campaign. Final road game for the Colfax Vikings.
And this is going to be quite the test for the Vikings tonight. Boyceville unbeaten, and they're unbeaten for a reason. They really are that good. the Vikings have shown moments. They just haven't done them all in the same game. If they could pool them all together into one game, interesting things could happen tonight.
For the Vikings is your
Yeah, tonight would be a
Carson.
great
Kicking off
night
for the
for
Bulldogs,
that to happen.
Zach Hellendrum.
Zach Hellendrum is going to kick off for the Bulldogs. And deep to receive for the Vikings are Grant Paulus and Cole Parzik. 12 minutes on the clock, and we're ready to go. The officials tonight, Joe Beaudry is the referee. The umpire's Josh Olson. The back judge is Warren Johnson. The line judge is Mark Shepard. And the head linesman is Pat Plummer. And the kickoff is taken by Paulus, and
That was York.
Sorry, Jeremiah York.
York
And
on the
York
return for the Vikings.
carries it up to
Picked up
about the
by
27-yard
Colfax
line.
takes over first and 10 at
And
the
that's where the
27.
Vikings will start first and 10 as we are underway in Boyceville. And they have one of those fancy LED number
For the down
lights
box.
for the down box, yep.
Well, at least we'll be able to see it.
Yes, that's good. Could do that to some numbers and we'd have it all made. Austin Peterson is the quarterback for the Vikings. He is up under center. Backs in an eye, and he will hand the ball off to Jacob Wall, and he will fight for back to the line of scrimmage. Well, loss of one. 11:37 to go in the first quarter. No score, action call coming out on the near side. Single wide out on the far side. High formation, long count. Peterson under center. Takes the snap, pitches back to Wall. Wall strung out, gets by one tackler, but not the second, and Wall is brought down at about the 26-yard line.
Going to bring a third and long.
Boyceville did a real nice job of flowing to the ball and stringing that play out. That's what Coach Panko was talking about how they really move to the ball.
Trips to the far side, single wide out as Peterson into the shotgun. Wall to his side. 3-step drop's going to fire out in the flat, and excellent coverage on the play. That was intended for Paulus, and it's incomplete, and that is going to be 4th and 10.
For the Vikings.
So now Grant Paulus steps back into the punting position. He's back at the 10. Deep to receive for the Bulldogs are Carson Romehill and
Landon Leslie is the other one.
Both captains for the Bulldogs. Now that one's short, and having to land on it is Paulus, and that is going to give the Boyceville Bulldogs the ball in the red zone.
By Paulus.
At the 13.
First and 10 deep in Viking territory.
So
at the 13-yard line.
great place for the Bulldogs to start. End of a tough drive for the Vikings. And their quarterback, Carson Romehill, the senior, sends a man in motion. Lots of action in the backfield. That's given to Tucker Lindstrom. And Lindstrom will get a few yards down to the 10. 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. No score. Boyceville and Colfax, Dunn St. Croix. Football action. Bradley Mace, the wide out on the far side for Boyceville. Romehild fires a quick one over to the near side to Landon Leslie, and Leslie drags about 4 Vikings with him. They keep the gain fairly, 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Boyceville. 9:20 to go in the first. No score yet. Vikings on defense. Bulldogs 5 yards away, and they can get another set of downs for a 2-yard gain. Jacoby Kirschner wide out on the far side for Colfax, or for Boyceville, sorry. And that one given to Hellendrung, and Hellendrung pushes that ball down near the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
First down. Ball spotted at the 2, going to be 1st and goal.
So the Bulldogs getting the ball well inside the red zone. And Romehild under center makes the pitch back to Hellendrung. Wide open hole. He's in. Touchdown Bulldogs.
For Bulldog touchdown.
So we have 8:27 remaining in the first. And the Bulldogs on the board.
That was just a quick pitch to the left side and off tackle, and he had a big hole out there.
Thomas McKelly, the kicker. Romehild is the holder. And that goes through. Point after is good. 8:27 to go. First quarter. Boyceville 7, Colfax 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
7-0 Boyceville, striking first after a short punt snap. Grant Paulus had to fall on it and capped off a 13-yard drive with a 2-yard touchdown run by Zach Hellendrung.
The snap from the center to the punter and sometimes to the quarterback out of the shotgun have been iffy all season, but usually they've been high and long, not coming up 2 yards short.
And the Bulldogs break the huddle. Zach Hellendrung, who just ran into the end zone, is going to kick the ball back to the Vikings. Good kick, and that will be taken by York. York over on the far side, finding some running room, and then all of a sudden at about the 25-yard line, a wall, a one-man wall.
23-yard line or so. Knocked out.
Looks like they're going to put it on the 23.
So it'll be 1st and 10. 8:20 remains in the first quarter. Boyceville 7, Colfax 0. Done St. Croix football here on NLWN 2. And going under center will be Austin Peterson. Takes a look high at the line.
I suspect we might see a handoff to Paulus here, and that's what we get.
And Paulus is going to try to go through up the middle and will not get much. Will get one.
Short gain on the play, so we call it 2nd and 9.
8 minutes left.
Vikings stay in that I formation.
2 wideouts each side. Handoff goes to Wall, and Wall stuffed in the backfield.
Wall on the
They're going to give him to the 21.
On the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Vikings.
Looks like Lexton Bennett was in on that tackle, along with others for Boyceville. So it'll be 3rd down and about 12 for Colfax. Line of scrimmage is the 21. A trio of wide receivers on the near side now. From the shotgun is Peterson. He gets a low snap, has to roll to his right. Lots of pressure, a wobbly throw. Incomplete. It got thrown in between
Pass intended.
Paulus and Call.
4th and 12.
And it's 4th and 12 for the Vikings, and they will punt it away again.
We hope.
That's the plan, anyway. Appears to be the plan.
Peterson on that last pass just to not have a chance to set his feet and make a throw from a good base, which is why it was so wobbly and off target.
So Paulus, a high snap this time, can manage that one and gets off a decent punt. It's going to be taken at midfield by the Bulldogs, and a good tackle on the play.
Axton Call on the tackle.
Axton Call on the tackle.
1st and 10.
Lexton Bennett was the on the return.
With 6:48 left here in the first quarter.
So the Bulldogs will start in Colfax territory, but not in the red zone. At the 42, 1st and 10, 6:48 to go in the first quarter. Colfax up to the line of scrimmage. Split backs, Romehild under center. One wide out on the left side. Romehild going back to throw, being pressured, and throws it to the Colfax bench out of bounds.
Romehill did a nice job that time of realizing nobody was open and living to play another day.
That means there was great coverage with the Colfax secondary. Romehill's going to go up under center now. I formation for the backs. Takes a handoff to the deep back. Throws on the near side, wide open. Number 1, Bradley Mace. And that is a 42-yard touchdown pass.
And this is why Boyceville has scored as many points as they have this year.
So Colfax falls a little further behind now, 6:33 to go in the first quarter. And Thomas Vicelli will kick the point after for the Bulldogs. Romehild is going to, it was the holder and ran right into the end zone for 2.
Is good. And with 6:33 left in the first quarter.
So 6:33 remaining, and it is Boyceville 15, Colfax 0. We're in the first quarter. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum, located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 834-7871.
The Chippewa Valley Museum, along with the Chippewa Valley Theater Guild, are partnering to conjure up a ghoulishly fun, family-friendly Halloween festival. Activities include s'mores, performances of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by the Theater Guild, flashlight scavenger hunt, Halloween cartoons, and the Bat Cave. This all takes place on Saturday, October 18th from 2 to 5 at the Chippewa Valley Museum and Paul Bunyan Logging Camp. Call the Chippewa Valley Museum for reservations or more information at 715-834-7871.
York and Parzik are back deep to receive the kickoff for the Vikings. By the way, that touchdown pass was the 20th touchdown pass of the season for Romehild.
Hellendrung's kick is low. It's picked up by Cole Parzik. He's going up the middle and doubled up. The ball looks like it popped loose. Let's see who end up with it. And Boyceville recovers.
Alex Obermuller on the recovery for the Dogs.
Alex Obermuller
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
recovered that for Boyceville. So we will see the Bulldogs on offense again. And it is very, very easy to see why the Bulldogs have had the margins they've had all season.
Yeah, that touchdown by Mays was his 7th touchdown pass this year.
So the Bulldogs have 15 points in about 5.5 minutes of the game. This time Romehild in the pistol. Jumps up to get a high snap. He'll fire off to the left side, and that goes to Bradley Mays again. And Mays is just shy of the first down.
Wall on the tackle, gain of about 8.
And Austin Peterson over on the coverage for Colfax.
Second and 1.
We approach 6 minutes to go in the first. I'm Jay Fall here with Rick Olson, Chris Olson, and Michael Christensen. There we go.
Can't forget Michael.
I know. I forget a lot of stuff. First or second down and 1 for Colfax. High snap ball, and the ball's loose, and it is scooped up by Landon Leslie. So the Bulldogs maintain control of it and get a first down. That's when things are going pretty well, when you can fumble, have your team recover it, and get a first down. So, 1st and 10, and a high snap to Romehild. He's going to look around downfield, and coming to get him, and he is sacked by, I think that was Grant Cook.
Romehild sacked on the play by Cook. Loss of 4 on the play. Going to call it 2nd and 14.
So that's a loss on the play.
Looks like about -3.
So 2nd and 13. Bulldogs have to get it to the Colfax 10 to get another set of downs. Romehild under center. Man in motion. Lots of action in the backfield. It is taken by Landon Leslie. Leslie down the sidelines. In. Touchdown, Boyceville.
Touchdown.
So 4:21 to go in the first. Boyceville up on top 21-0.
Leslie just turned on the jets going around the right end. I don't know if it was the pursuit angles that were lacking or just his speed.
And so once again, Thomas Vicelli set to kick the extra point. This time they do kick it and make it. So
The extra point is
4:21
good.
left in the first quarter. It is Boyceville 22, Colfax 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
NLWN2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, October 20th, as the Blue Caps will take on the Sand Creek 9 from Fall Fest in Sand Creek, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's Vintage Baseball, Monday, October 20th on NLWN2.
Welcome back. 4:21 to go. First quarter. Boyceville 22, Colfax 0. Hellendrung, his kick heads off to the sidelines, goes out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
That'll be an illegal procedure penalty.
So that'll be an illegal procedure on Boyceville. Dunn St. Croix season wraps up next week. The Spring Valley Cardinals will be at the Lee Bierquist Athletic Facility for the final game of the 2025 season, and you can see it right here on NLWN2. Starts with Viking preview at 6:40. Kickoff
and then a
scheduled for
month
7.
later, we'll start girls basketball.
Oh, yeah, it's coming right along.
No rest for the wicked.
Peterson up under center for the Vikings, 1st and 10. Peterson to the up back.
That would have been
And
Paulus.
that is Paulus immediately hit.
We got loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11.
We're approaching 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Loss of 1, it'll be 2nd 11 and 11. The line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line. This time Peterson in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands it off to Wall on the delay. Wall goes up the middle and actually makes a cut off to the right and carries for Boyceville, or for Colfax's first down.
Gain of 12.
12-yard pickup on the play.
At the 48-yard line.
So line of scrimmage, the 48 for Colfax.
Now,
in
according to my
Colfax territory.
football math, if that play started on the 34 and we're on the 48, that was a gain of 14.
Okay. Peterson again, same position, is going to throw it downfield, and it is caught by Cole Parzik.
Complete.
And that is in Boyceville territory now, 47-yard line.
2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4, 2:50 remaining in the first. Boyceville up 22-0. Easton Wedland and Paulus out on the far side. Nope, DeMoe threw that to Peterson. It was Peterson in the slot. He caught it at about the 45-yard line. Gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd and 2. 2:18 left to go in the first quarter. Dunn St. Croix football, final road game of the season for Colfax. Wedland out on the far side, call on the near side. Peterson up under center, his back's in an eye. Pitch goes back to Wall. Wall trying to get around the corner, and he can't. They strung him out, and dropped him at about the 47-yard line, and that is going to be a loss of several.
Going to bring up a 4th and 5.
4th and 5 for the Vikings.
At the 40.
We have 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Grant Paulus back at the Colfax 36 to await the punt snap. Cole Parzyk's the up man. Decent snap. Good kick. A fair catch will be signaled at the for Boyceville. Carson Romhild, and it looks like at about the 17-yard line. 1:09 left in the first quarter. 22-0 Boyceville out in front of Colfax. Tomorrow the Viking volleyball team will travel to Cumberland for the Cumberland Volleyball Tournament, with action beginning at 9 a.m. The next Tuesday, the girls host Boyceville, and Thursday they host the Clear Lake Warriors with varsity action both of those days starting at 7 p.m. Romhild under center, backs in an eye, drops back to throw, fires another long one way out in front of his intended receivers. Closest ones there were Landon Leslie or Owen Rydell.
Romhild got hammered as he released the ball. Just absolutely pancaked that time. The Vikings did deliver a message that time.
So no gain on the play with the incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the 17-yard line. Romhild sets him down. His backs are split. Lots of action in the backfield, and it was handed off to Lexton Bennett, who came from the right, moved to the left.
Lexton Bennett's on the carry.
And Lexton picks up about 6 yards on the play. Or 5, 3rd and 5. We have 35 seconds left in the first quarter, and Boyceville in, not a huge hurry. They'll get one more playoff here. Romhild up under center. Split back, single wideouts. Romhild faked a handoff. Looking to throw, fires it over the middle, in and out of the hands of a flying Landon Leslie. He was covered on that play by Axton Call of the Vikings. That stops the clock with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 4th and 4. The Viking cross-country runners will compete on Thursday, October 16th at the Spring Valley Golf Course. Action there begins at 4 in the afternoon.
Cole Parzyk has dropped deep to receive the anticipated punt. Doesn't look like they're going to punt.
Timeout.
So we'll get a timeout while the Vikings want to talk about this one.
All righty, 10 seconds to go in the first. Boyceville 22, Colfax 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
4th and 4. Remhild rolling right, keeping it himself, is going to head out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, and that is plenty for a first down.
The run is a Bulldog first down.
So the Dunn battle of the Dunn St. Croix Conference, Boyceville and Colfax.
The battle down 170.
Yep. 22-0, Boyceville leading. Remhild gives the ball to Lindstrom as the first quarter comes to an end. The score, Boyceville 22, Colfax 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
Menominee Eye Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool. Your hand's gotten so cute. Yeah.
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love, your mind.
NLWN 2 is excited to bring you Colfax Viking football.
Under Friday night lights, we lace up our cleats. Heartbeats sync with the drums and
Our next broadcast will be on Friday, October 17th, when the Colfax Vikings host the Spring Valley Cardinals. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, October 17th on NLWN 2.
We begin the second quarter. Going different directions now. The Boyceville Bulldogs in purple uniforms and helmets with white numerals. They're moving right to left as you look on here. Colfax in road white with red helmets, numerals, and trim. Colfax trails 22-0. Remhild drops back to throw for the Bulldogs, throws a long one down the far side and out in front of his intended receiver. That was Owen Rydell, incomplete.
Owen Rydell is incomplete.
Be sure to join us on Monday, October 20th, right here on NLWN 2 as our coverage of Vikings baseball wraps up for 2025 when we bring you the Menominee Blue Caps facing the Sand Creek Nine.
That's vintage baseball. I was going to say, wait a minute, Viking baseball. That was
vintage.
That was last spring.
Okay. The Fall Creek Nine at the Fall Fest in Sand Creek. Whatever. Coverage begins on October 20th at 7 p.m. on NLWN 2. This time, ball is dropped back to one of the backs. That's number 9, Andrew Ton. And Ton is a sophomore.
What do you call a T on the play?
And that'll bring the ball up to the 45-yard line. And it'll bring up 4th down and 3 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you were reading that with your vintage eyes, right?
Yes, for sure. Vintage baseball.
Which, by the way, is a lot of fun. It's a little bit different game. You can see where modern baseball comes from.
And rolling right, Romhild, lots of running room, 45-40, and brought down at about the 38-yard line.
Result of the play is a Bulldog.
And that's a Bulldog first down. I wasn't able to see the number of the man who took him down, but that is going to put Boyceville well into Colfax territory and about the 38, 1st and 10. So Romhild in the pistol. He has to go back and take a high snap, but it doesn't matter. He fires a pass upfield, and Romhild is really flinging them long tonight. Lots of overthrowing. Landon Leslie was the intended receiver, but he was open at about the 5-yard line. Too much zing on that ball.
Not that much has gone wrong for Boyceville tonight, but I've noticed several of their snaps have been off target, a little high, a little deep.
Jacoby Kirschner is the wide out on the near side here for Boyceville. Same set, Remheld in the pistol. He's going to 3-step drop and throw a screen pass out to Lindstrom. And he comes around the near side. Lindstrom tripped up at the 30-yard line. He is brought down in the play by Austin Peterson.
Gain of about 8. Gonna bring a
Clock moving, 10 minutes to go. First half, 22-0 Boyceville up on top of Colfax. Bulldogs break the huddle. Romhild now under center. High backfield. Deep back, that is Helendrung gets the call. Helendrung tripped up and falls down at about the 22-yard line. Cole Parzik tackles him on that play.
Ball spotted at the 23 of the Vikings.
So ball is on the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Continuing a nice smooth drive here. Landon Leslie splits out on the far side. In closer is Mays on the near side. Romhild from the pistol fires over on the far side, finds Landon Leslie. And Leslie taken right down by Austin Peterson again. So Peterson playing hard on both sides of the ball. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Pickup of about 4 on the play. Ball on the 19. 8:35 remaining second quarter. Boyceville 22-0 over Colfax. Romhild under center. Pitch goes back to Tucker Lindstrom. Lindstrom around the near side.
Penalty marker.
Tucker Lindstrom on the carry, but there's a flag on the play.
Jaden Morgan tackled him for Colfax, so let's see what the flag's all about.
Morgan just kind of jumped on the back and went for a ride and finally was able to drag him down. And it's a hold against Boyceville.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
So that's a 10-yard penalty. We'll mark it back to the 27-yard line.
To bring up a 2nd down and 16.
2nd and 16 for the Vikings. Or the Bulldogs, sorry. Bradley Mays wide out on the far side. Now he comes in a little bit. Romhild under center. Fakes a handoff, looking to throw out in the flat to Helendrung. Helendrung is rolled down at about the 13-yard line, and he was tackled by Austin Peterson again.
Tackled by Peterson.
So that will leave the Bulldogs about a yard shy of the first down. No, they're going to, well, let's see. They've got 1st and 10 on the
stick. Yeah, they're moving the sticks.
Bulldog first down.
First
on
down.
The 11.
Okay. Romheld back to throw, rolls to the near side this time. Going to take it himself. Gets away from a couple of tacklers. He's down on the 5-yard line, tackled at the 3.
Knocked out of bounds at the 5. Knocked out by Austin Peterson.
Austin Peterson again.
Down and
all over on defense for the Vikings.
That was a gain of 6 on that play by Romhild.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 4. Line of scrimmage is the 5. We're approaching 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and it's 22-0. Boyceville leading Colfax. Kirshner split out on the far side for the Bulldogs. Remhild rolling right. Throwing, one hand was all that he was able to get on that one as it falls incomplete. That was Jacoby Kirshner, the intended receiver.
Incomplete. Intended for Jacoby Kirshner.
So it's third and 4. This time Mays out on the near side, Kirshner on the far side. Romhild sets him down. He's up under center. Hands the ball off to Tucker Lindstrom, who takes it right into the end zone for another Bulldog touchdown.
Again, a big hole straight up the middle that time for Lindstrom.
So it looks like the Bulldogs are going to set up a point after kick attempt. Thomas Vicelli. The holder is Carson Romhild, who picked up one of those and ran it in for 2. He sets that one down, kick is up, and it is good. 6:40 remaining second quarter. Boyceville 29, Colfax 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
That last ad goes out to our buddy Dan, who would have been with us tonight, except he's helping to celebrate his dad's 80th birthday. So happy birthday, Gordy.
Happy birthday. Should we sing for him?
No, we don't want to put him in an early grave.
Low kickoff is going to roll around, and Colfax is going to just drop on it at the 24. Landing on top of it was Parzik.
They're going to take over at about the...
So 6:40 to go, second quarter. It's Boyceville 29, Colfax yet to score.
So they mark it on the 29-yard line.
First and 10 coming out, Easton Wedland and Cole Parzik near side. Peterson up under center all over the field tonight. Gives it to Wall. Wall smothered behind the line of scrimmage.
Wall on the carry, tackled by a pack of dogs.
He's getting buried at the same time he gets handed the football. He hasn't had a chance to get a start except on one play.
So 2nd and 12. Ball is on the 27. So this time a trio of wide receivers on the near side, one on the far side. That just leaves one in the backfield with Peterson in the shotgun. Peterson.
They met Wall at the same time he got the football. They almost intercepted the handoff.
3 yards.
So more yards in the wrong direction for the Vikings. 3rd and 17. 5.5 minutes to go, first half. Peterson in the shotgun, Wall off to his immediate right to the near side. Peterson fires over the middle, caught by Easton Wedland, and Wedland tackled out at the 37-yard line, still going to leave the Vikings short. So it'll be 4th down and 4. So lots of 4s up on the scoreboard. 4th down, 4 to go, 4:40 left.
Scoreboard operator's dreaming, though. He changed it now.
Yeah, the ball was on the 44. Yeah.
Yes.
Now it's the 37. Colfax trails the Dunn St. Croix Conference leading Boyceville Bulldogs 29-0. And we'll have a timeout on the field. Colfax takes it. And you are watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for NLWN TV and NLWN 2 to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2025. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, Inner Sanctum Mysteries, and we'll wrap things up with the classic Halloween show of all time with Orson Welles' production of The War of the Worlds. So join me on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on NLWN TV and NLWN 2.
29-0. Boyceville leading Colfax Vikings to punt the ball back to the Bulldogs. Good snap. Punt will bounce at the 43 and continue to bounce backwards at the 25-yard line is where it's downed. 1st and 10. The Viking cross-country runners will compete on Thursday, October 16th at the Spring Valley Golf Course with action beginning at 4 p.m. Tomorrow, the Viking volleyball teams will travel to Cumberland for the Cumberland Volleyball Tournament with action beginning at 9 a.m. Then Tuesday, the girls host Boyceville, and on Thursday they host the Clear Lake Warriors. Varsity action begins both evenings at 7. We're at Evenson Field in Boyceville. Bulldogs lead Colfax 29-0. Jay Fall, Rick Olson, Chris Olson, Michael Christensen with you. Carson Romehill up under center. Bulldog backs in an eye. Romehill under some pressure, going to throw it anyway, and in and out of the hands of Owen Rydell, who was covered well on that play by Cole Parzig, and along with Axton Call, kind of had him doubled up. Also in there, Jacob Wall. 3:56 to go in the second quarter. We invite you to stay tuned for our halftime show coming up in just a little bit. Split wide out on the near side, Jacoby Kirschner. Everybody else in tight, back split. Slot back over on the right side, handed off to Hellendrung. And Hellendrung just barreling over Vikings.
Hellendrung on the carry. Gain of 8. Parzik on the tackle.
Grant Palzik, or Cole Parzik, sorry, on the tackle. Brings up 3rd and 1. 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. It's time Bradley Mess. On the near side, and the
Tucker Lindstrom on the
Lindstrom carries for the Vikings, or for the Bulldogs, and that's enough for a first down.
Woodland on the tackle for the Vikings. Ball spotted.
Coming up on 3 minutes left to go in the second. Romehild up under center. Double wing, Romehild. Fires, and this time caught by Owen Rydell. Rydell gets into the Vikings territory, and that's a first down for the Bulldogs.
Bulldog first down.
So the chains are set. Ball on the 48. Kirschner split out on the near side. Romehild under center. And a double handoff coming out with it for the Bulldogs is Landon Leslie. Coming around the near side, he's to the 25, and rolling him down was Easton Wedland.
Knocked out of bounds by Wedland.
And he gets down to the about the 22-yard line. That's another first down for the Bulldogs. 2:25 left to go in the second quarter.
26-yard gain for Leslie that time. And again, once he turned the corner, you could see he was off and running.
Same set for Boyceville. Mace is the wide out. A lot of action in the backfield. Romehild fires for the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown.
That again was to Owen Rydell. And a broken coverage by the Vikings, because nobody should be that wide open in the middle of the end zone.
And we will have another point after kick attempt by Thomas Vicelli. Boyceville up 35-0. And that point after kick is good. 1:58 remaining in the first half. It is Boyceville 36, Colfax 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason. Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home. Bridges of tomorrow standing proud and tall for pedestrians and bicycles welcoming home. Snowmobiles racing under the winter's bright sky. Anderson Bridges, where dreams never die. Family owned, with a heart that's sincere, building pathways to the future, year after year.
Boyceville 36, Colfax 0, 1:58 remaining in the second quarter. Zach Hellendrung ready to kick off for the Bulldogs. And Hellendrung, good leg on him, taken at the 10. Coming up field with it is Cole Parzik, heads out to the far side before he is stopped at about the 25-yard line.
Takes to the 26-yard line, and Colfax takes over 1st and 10.
Next week, the Viking football team plays its final game of the 2025 season at home, hosting the Spring Valley Cardinals. Viking preview 6:40. Kickoff scheduled for 7 right here on NLWN 2. One wide out far side for Colfax, 2 on the near side as Austin Peterson up under center now. Hands the ball off to Wall.
Wall on the carry, Bennett on the tackle.
And Wall
No gain on the play.
back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. We're inside a minute to go here in the first half. Please stay tuned for halftime programming.
Cole Parzik is the Viking profile player today.
So 2nd and 10 for Colfax. Peterson under center to the up back this time.
Paulus
That's
is there.
Paulus,
One
and
tackle.
he will pick up 1.
Short gain on the play. To the 3rd and 9.
And that very well could be the final play of the first half. So at halftime, Dun St. Croix action, it is Boyceville 36, Colfax nothing. We invite you now to stay tuned for our halftime programming. That's coming your way next here on NLWN 2.
Elmer's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. We all have big feelings, and we are all here for one another. Love your mind.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Cole Parzik, who is a sophomore here at Colfax High School. And Cole, we know that you play football, but are you involved in any other activities at school?
I'm in baseball and wrestling.
Okay, baseball and wrestling. Now, when did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience has that been for you?
probably in like kindergarten, and it's been pretty fun.
Okay. So what's the most important thing that you've learned playing football?
Just to keep cool and play the game.
Keep your head about you at all times. Yeah. So when you're not playing football or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I do fishing, hunting, and play video games most of the time.
Okay, very good. All right, our signature questions. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Probably cookies.
What kind?
Chocolate chip.
Okay. Do you like them with the nuts added or without?
Without.
Okay. All right. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Brats.
And what do you want on that brat?
Just ketchup.
What? No kraut?
Nope.
Okay. Favorite NFL team?
Packers.
And the favorite collegiate team?
Wisconsin.
All right. If you could sit down and talk with anybody from football, whether it's a player, a coach, or somebody else involved with football from any time period whatsoever, who might that be and why?
Probably Jordan Love, because I really like him. He's my favorite QB, probably.
Okay, all right. Now, if you had a superpower, what do you think that might be?
Flying, probably.
All right. Now, if you had the ability to fly, that would be kind of cool. You have to have a superhero name to go with it. What would that be?
Probably Colfax.
Okay. All right, we're talking with Cole Parzik on Viking Profile, and how about a shout out to your family and friends that come to watch you?
My mom, my dad, and my sister.
Okay. And when people come to Viking games, remind them what number are you going to be wearing and where are we going to find you on the field?
I'm going to be number 12, and I play wide receiver and safety.
Very good. We want to thank Cole Parzik for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of NLWN2. Now more Viking halftime entertainment.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Step into the light where the world's alive. Manometry and optical, we help you thrive. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne, they really do care. With every examination, they'll always be there. From kiddos to families, we cover them all. Special needs patients, we answer the call. Come on in, let's make your vision bright. We're here to guide you morning till night. eyes wide open, we'll face every fear. New frames or a checkup, come take a glance. Your vision's our mission, let's give it a chance. Walking through the doors, you'll feel the warm embrace. At Menominee, we'll help you find your place. With laughter and care, we'll brighten your day. Knowledge and kindness lead the way. So bring your family, your friends, and your crew. At Menominee, we're here just for you. See the beauty around you. Open your eyes. Every color, every wonder. Under the skies at Menominee Eye and Optical will show you the way. With love and precision, brightening your day. Step into the light, where your journey begins. Join us at Menominee. Let the fun never end. With smiles
moms and dads. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do,
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime on NLWN 2. Now back to the stadium for second half action.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
And welcome back to Boyceville, where the Vikings trail the Boyceville Bulldogs 36-0. And Jay, I'll tell you what, we kind of knew this was going to be the case, that the statistics were going to tell the story, but boy, oh boy, do they. The Vikings just couldn't get any running game going at all and ended up the first half with a minus 11 total yards. The Bulldogs had 252 total yards. Of that, 123 were through the air. Carson Romehill was 8 for 15 and 2 touchdowns. And that really tells us everything about this game.
Yeah, it sure does. Quick rundown of the scoring. Was 22-0 at the end of the first quarter. Zach Hellendrung started the scoring with a 2-yard run, 8:27 left. There were 4 successful point-after kicks by Thomas Vicelli tagged onto these touchdowns. Remhild connected to Bradley Mays in the 6:33 to go in the first on a 42-yard touchdown pass, and then Landon Leslie ran in from 13 yards out with 4:21 to go. On that second touchdown, Romehild also was the holder for Vicelli kick, picked it up and ran it in for 2. Second quarter, 4-yard run by Tucker Lindstrom, scored a touchdown at 6:40 to go, and a 22-yard pass from Romehill to Rydell with just under 2 minutes to play. And that gives us our 36-0 score.
If I'm not mistaken, and Lord knows I am quite often, but in this particular case, I think as soon as we complete the kickoff, we'll probably be in running time.
Yep, I believe that is correct. There is a margin of more than 35, so
the Vikings will be kicking off to the Bulldogs.
Season wraps up for both these teams next week. The Vikings will be hosting the Spring Valley Cardinals at the Lee Bjorkquist Athletic Fields. And we will have coverage right here on NLWN2. You can see it on demand, or Viking preview starts at 6:40 and the kickoff scheduled for 7. It's right here on NLWN2.
Back to the Bulldogs, Leslie and Romehill.
Leslie and Romehild will be deep to receive for the Bulldogs. And the kickoff for Colfax, courtesy Cole Parsick, or no, Grant Paulus, sorry. And that ball drops in the midst of purple jerseys, and it's picked up on the first bounce and brought across the 40-yard line to about the 42-yard line.
About the 42. be 1st and 10.
So the clock is rolling, a minute or 11:45 to go here in the third quarter. It's Boyceville 36, Colfax 0. And time will continue to run until the 35-point gap is closed.
It stops for scores, timeouts, and injuries.
Rolling right, Romehild fires up the field, caught by Owen Rydell.
Pass complete to Owen Rydell.
And about the 32-yard line of Colfax, 11 minutes to go, running time, third quarter. And we will see the Bulldogs continue their drive into Colfax territory. Ball of the 33, 1st and 10. Jacoby Kirschner split out on the left side. Everybody else in tight. Romehild will hand it off to Hellendrung. Hellendrung gets by one tackler, but will be brought down inside the 25-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Picks up 8. Ball is on the 25-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 2 as we approach 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bradley Mays wide, far side in the slot. Kirschner. Romehild looking left, firing upfield, penalty flag. Trying to get the ball, Owen Rydell, way down in the end zone, but the flag is back at about the 25. And we're going to have a hold on the Bulldogs. So that's going to put them back 10 yards. And time continues to run, 9:20 remaining, third quarter.
Ball placed at the 35-yard line.
So the ball back on the 35-yard line. Bulldogs go with the same set. Bradley Mays wide out left side, far side. 2 on the near side. Romehild's going to hand the ball off to Tucker Lindstrom. Lindstrom trying to go around the left side.
Lindstrom on the carry.
Doesn't find doesn't find much room, I'll put it that way.
Gain of about 5, going to bring a 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9. 8.5 minutes remaining third quarter. Running time 36-0. Boyceville up on top of Colfax. Kirschner wide left. Leslie wide right. Back split. Romehild fires near, and what a hit. The pass was complete to 32, Owen Rydell, and he was hit immediately by Austin Peterson of the Vikings. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Bulldogs.
And 3 for the Dogs.
4th and 3, ball on the 25-yard line of Colfax. 7:40 remains, running time third quarter, 36-0. Boyceville out in front of Colfax. Romehild will be under center this time. Back split, rolls to the left, throws over the middle, in and out of the hands of Owen Rydell. Incomplete.
Incomplete, intended for Rydell.
And that is going to give the Vikings the ball back on downs.
That's the second stop of the day for the Vikings.
7 minutes remaining, running time third quarter. And now time will stop it. Let's see, officials timeout. Called by the referee. And we got somebody walking across the field.
It's a trainer.
Trainer, okay.
And he's looking at Grant Paulus over there.
Ball gets loose from the Vikings. And
Fumble on the play, recovered by Colfax.
Colfax recovers it. But not after 11-yard loss.
21.
6.5 minutes remain in the third quarter. We're in running time as Boyceville leads Colfax 36-0. And the Vikings being pushed in the wrong direction.
I take it back. That wasn't Grant Paulus because he's out on the field.
Twin wideouts each end. Peterson from the shotgun takes the snap, fires it long, tipped, incomplete.
That's DeMoe out there at quarterback.
Oh, okay. Paulus was the intended receiver.
For the Vikings.
So it's 3rd down and 21 for Colfax. They're back on their own 14-yard line. 5.5 minutes remaining. Running time, third quarter. DeMoe fires over for Peterson, or Paulus on the far side, and that is incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th and 21.
For the Vikings at their own
5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Running time. Colfax is going to kick it back to Boyceville. Grant Paulus on the, well, he's standing at the 5-yard line, I believe.
He's right on the
goal line. No, it's goal line. That's what I thought. Long count. High snap. Brings it in. Bounces at the 47-yard line. Will be taken by, looks like Peyton Middlestead, 21.
I think it was Leslie.
Leslie, okay.
Number 11.
flag on the play.
We do have a penalty marker. That's in the territory where we're going to have an illegal block of some type. Could be a hold or a block in the
Holding
back.
on Boyceville.
Holding on the Bulldogs is the signal.
That's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
We're in running time, third quarter, 3:38 remaining. Boyceville with a 36-0 lead over the Vikings.
Ball will be spotted at the 43.
43-yard line is where the
first and 10.
Bulldogs will start in Colfax territory. Senior quarterback Carson Romild leading the Bulldogs. He has split backs. Everybody in fairly tight. And the pitch goes back to one of them. That's Tucker Lindstrom, the left back, and he will be tackled by Colfax's Cole Parzik.
Gain of about
He picks up 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2. 2:40 left, third quarter.
2nd and 2.
We are in running time. If this seems to be moving along, it is. One wide out. That's Kirshner. Romehild under center. Drops back, rolls to his left to throw. Throws under pressure, manages to find Landon Leslie. Leslie's down to the 10-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds. 2 minutes to go in the third. We're in running time.
Ball spotted at the 9-yard line.
.145 remaining. Romehild again going from under center. Wideouts, handoff is going to go to Zach Hellendrung. And Hellendrung barrels across the 5-yard line down to about the 4.
For the Vikings, it's going to be second and goal.
Second and goal at the 3 for Boyceville. Approaching 1 minute remaining, third quarter. We're in running time. Mays split out on the far side. On the near side, it's Landon Leslie. Romehild in the pistol. Lots of pressure from the Vikings. Is going to take it himself. Clears out, makes a cut, leaps over one defender, and goes right into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Touchdown. Nope, it's flag on the play. Touchdown.
There's a penalty on the play, and it is a personal foul on Boyceville.
Well.
So the clock is stopped, and we'll just put a line through that.
Foul on the Bulldogs. Ball spotted at the
So that's going to put the ball back at the 15-yard line.
So it'll be second and goal from the 15.
Second and goal from the 15.
And they restarted the clock because it wasn't a scoring play.
Romehild hands it off to Tucker Lindstrom. Lindstrom tripped up at the 10-yard line. Grant Paulus tackled him there. And that is going to be another penalty flag as the referee says keep it going. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, Boyceville.
Unsportsmanlike on Boyceville.
So that's the end of the third quarter. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty marched off against them. And we will return with quarter number 4. We're in running time. It's Boyceville Bulldogs 36. Colfax Vikings 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
If you have a high deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Welcome back to Evenson Field in Boyceville. Officials still working on replacing the ball. The chain gang has put them down because it's third and goal at the 25-yard line for Boyceville.
Again, the Fourth quarter.
On this cool evening, fans got a little warmer by jumping around.
Yes.
As you mentioned earlier, just about every football field in the state of Wisconsin between the third and fourth quarter become a mini version of Camp Randall.
Yeah.
And what the heck?
That's right.
That's not a bad tradition to do.
I just wish I wasn't winded so fast when I'm doing it. Oh, probably should do more exercise than jump around. 3rd and 25 for Boyceville. Romehill under pressure. Gonna throw, finds
Penalty
wide
marker
open
came flying
Landon
in.
Leslie, and he gets into the end zone, but we'll have to see if Romehill might have been beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
It's a penalty against Boyceville.
It looks like offensive pass interference. So, this is something unexpected. It'll be 3rd down and goal at the 40.
Well, that's the best defense the Vikings have had.
Yeah.
3rd down and goal.
3 consecutive penalties have cost the Bulldogs. Well, they were on the 3-yard line, and now they're back at the 40.
Romehill will give it off to Tucker Lindstrom. Lindstrom goes right up the middle, and he will be brought down at the 25-yard line. 26-yard. Yep, 25. 4th and goal.
26-yard line.
At the 26, 11 minutes to go in tonight's game. We're in running time, 4th quarter.
Nose of the ball is just tickling the 25-yard line. When I get a tickly nose, it makes me want to sneeze. Oh, field goal attempt here.
Yep, this will be a, looks like a
42-yarder.
42-yarder, yep. Quarterback is, or the Thomas Ficelli, and quarterback Romehill is going to pick it up again. He's 40 yards away, throws, and it is knocked down, incomplete. So the Vikings will take over on downs.
The snap was a little high, and I don't think that was a designed fake. I think Romehill just wasn't confident about getting the ball down and placed properly, and so he took off with it trying to make something happen. And the Viking defense stood up to the task that time.
Referee Joe Baudry is making sure that things move along here, keeping that clock going. 9:35 remaining 4th quarter. We are in running time. Vikings are going to take another shot at getting on the board, and actually that stopped running time because the 35-point margin would be gone, but got to get down on the other side first. Peterson, or that's DeMoe. DeMoe's nailed as he threw it. He was looking for
and we have a penalty
Parzik
coming in. I think we're going to get a roughing the passer.
Yep.
Pass falls incomplete. Penalty on the play.
Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, Boyceville.
Penalty on Colfax.
No, I believe the penalty, PA announcer said the penalty was on Colfax, but it's against Boyceville.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me, on Boyceville.
Yeah, referee pointed the wrong way. That is going to put Colfax on the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. And Peterson flips it back to DeMol.
I think that was Schindler. I think.
Oh, it was.
Schindler.
Yep, Schindler, yep.
Schindler on the carry. Dawson on the tackle. No gain on the
No gain. It'll be second down and 10. 7:45 left, fourth quarter. We're in running time. Boyceville 36, Colfax 0. Two wideouts near side.
Parzik and Westland. Or Eastland.
And that Schindler gets the ball in the backfield. And he is loses 4. So it's going to be the third and Wheeler for the Vikings, 3rd and 14.
Except, should be 3rd and Glenwood City.
Oh, that's right.
Wheeler would be for Boyceville going the
That's
other
right.
way.
That's true. I'm just a touch off here. Tripp's right. And DeMol throws a high pass, and it's caught by Easton Wedland.
No, he dropped it.
Oh.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Wedland. 4th.
And that will bring up 4th and 14. 6 minutes left in the ball game. We're in running time, fourth quarter, 36-0. Boyceville.
Easton Wedland. That's why I ended up saying Westland earlier. It's
Parsek has to.
He slipped.
He slipped. And that ball went up to about the 37. And that's where Boyceville will take it over.
With just over 5 minutes left.
5:20 to go, fourth quarter. We're in running time. Boyceville with a 36-0 lead. And I think we're going to have to go deeper in the roster here. Eli Weber, a sophomore, looked to be getting signals from the sidelines.
Yeah, he's in at quarterback.
He's up under center and hands the ball off to the first back coming through, and that was Finn Karlsrud, a freshman. So he'll pick up about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. 4:22 remaining, fourth quarter running time. Eli Weber under center. Gives it to the other back this time. That's Andrew Ton. And Ton's going to lose about 5 yards on the play. 3rd and 12. 3:45 left in the ball game. We've been in running time here in the second half. This is the fourth quarter. Boyceville 36, Colfax 0. Boyceville underclassmen filling most of the roles, if not all of the roles. Going in motion, Gavin Rydell. Pitch goes back to J.B. Middlestead. Middlestead around
Flag
the right side penalty flag.
J.B. Middlestead on the carry, flag on the play. Holding on Boyceville.
So it's a holding penalty on the Bulldogs. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. It's going to be 10 yards marched off against Boyceville.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 44-yard line.
Ball goes back to the
17.
43-yard line. 3rd and 17, Eli Weber, sophomore, leading the Bulldogs at quarterback. Double handoff, coming out of there with it, I believe, is Gavin Rydell. He got the ball from J.B. Middlestead, who got it first.
With just a little bit over 2 minutes left.
No gain. 4th and 15 for the Bulldogs. 2 minutes to go in the ball game as we're in running time, 4th quarter. Eli Weber and the Bulldogs going for it on 4th down. Pitch goes over to Middlestead, and Middlestead is upended at the 35-yard line. He's tackled on the play by Cole Parzik. And that will turn the ball over on downs to the Vikings. Time is still running. A minute 18 left to go in the ball game. 36-0 Boyceville. And we have a timeout called now, and that will be called by Colfax. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum. Located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
The Chippewa Valley Museum, along with the Chippewa Valley Theater Guild, are partnering to conjure up a ghoulishly fun, family-friendly Halloween festival. Activities include s'mores, performances of The Legends of Sleepy Hollow by the Theater Guild, flashlight scavenger hunt, Halloween cartoons, and the Bat Cave. This all takes place on Saturday, October 18th from 2 to 5 at the Chippewa Valley Museum and Paul Bunyan Logging Camp. Call the Chippewa Valley Museum for reservations or for more information at 715-834-7871, and that's 2 to 5 p.m., just in case.
That sounds like a nice Halloween-y thing to do.
It does. 1:12 left to play. Clock is stopped here.
I think they're trying to adjust the clock. So, so it should be 1:26 on the clock.
There we
now
go.
They got
okay. Well, no microphones or radios or anything from the officials, so gotta yell it up to the press box. And the snap gets loose, doesn't even get to Grant DeMoe. He lands on it.
About 9.
And that ends up being a loss on the play. Be 2nd and long for Colfax. Grant DeMoe gets a good snap. He fires a quick pass over on the near side to Easton Wedland. And Wedland, tackled by about 4 Bulldogs. 45 seconds to go. Third and 10. And let's see. We've got trips on the left. I thought it'd be unusual to have 4 out there. Short pass, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
As he tried to throw it over to Mason Smith. And we're inside 10 seconds, so we'll see if Colfax gets a playoff or not. And that's it. That's the end of the game. Tonight's final score, the Boyceville Bulldogs 36, the Colfax 0. You're watching Viking football on NLWN 2.
West Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Football, a presentation of NLWN2 in conjunction with Colfax High School. This has been presented for the private viewing use of the tuned-in audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, LLC, and Colfax High School is strictly prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Postgame, where we take a look back at today's Colfax Viking game.
The Colfax Vikings feel the power we bring. We're the Vikings, hear us roar. Colfax pride, we're
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
We're back, Colfax Vikings here to play. With our hearts on fire, we'll light up the day.
Time now for Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking game. And now, back out to the stadium and Viking Postgame.
Celebration at Evenson Field of the Boyceville Bulldogs' 7th straight win of the season and 6th in the conference, 36-0 over the visiting Colfax Vikings. Vikings fall to 0-8 on the season and 0-7 in the conference. Excuse me, I think something happened to Boyceville's first game. It must have got canceled or something.
Yes, it did.
So it was pretty much all Boyceville.
I'll give you for instance.
Okay.
I've got the total yardage on tonight's. This is unofficial, but I think we're pretty close. Boyceville had 357 total yards, whereas the Vikings had minus 50 total yards.
Wow. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The Boyceville Bulldogs are as advertised. They were very strong, even when things were not going exactly the way they wanted them to. They made it work.
Yeah, and Carson Romehild, I mean, even under a bit of pressure, lots of pressure, managed to find receivers. And running game was good, just an overall balanced effort. Again, Scoring was all in the first half. First, in the first quarter, a 2-yard touchdown run by Zach Hellendrung. 42-yard pass, Carson Romehill to Bradley Mays. And a 13-yard run by Landon Leslie. Let everybody participate and score in that one. 22-0 at the end of the first half. And then Tucker Lindstrom, a 4-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. And Carson Romehill found Owen Rydell. So they had a variety of people score. It was 36-0 the final. 5-point after kicks were good by Thomas Vicelli. And Romehill had a 2-point conversion. So next week, the Vikings will host the Spring Valley Cardinals to wrap up the 2025 season, and the Cardinals in second place in the conference. We invite you to join us for that. So let's see. Tonight's Colfax High School football game brought to you by Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultant soil testers for Western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who've been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. And the Chippewa Valley Museum, where you can get in touch with the roots of the valley in Carson Park in Eau Claire. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for doing business with them soon. They bring you Colfax Viking football here on NLWN TV. For our camera operator, Michael Christensen, our director tonight, Chris Olson, and executive producer, Rick Olson, and color commentator, I'm Jay Fall. Thanks a lot for joining us. Good night. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, we're back.
You've been tuned to Viking Post Game with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. This has been a production of NLW2 along with Colfax High School. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com.
Yeah, we're the Vikings. Hear us roar, Colfax pride.
We're ready to soar. Under Friday night lights, we lace up our cleats. Heartbeats sync with the drums and the beats. In the huddle, we're warriors, side by side. With the spirit of Vikings, we've got nothing to hide. The crowd's on their feet, the pulse in the air. We're fighting for glory, no room for despair. Our helmets shine bright, our spirits tenfold. With every snap, we smash through the